as Steve says, with the Flowers Original, with number 1, the Grand National winning combination of Seagram and Nigel Hawke. Number 2, 3 times course winner Master Bob and John Kavanagh. 3 is Bigson, also a 3 times course winner Richard Dunwoody. 4, Glenside Jerry, Jimmy Frost. 5, Ace of Spies, Adrian Maguire. 6 is the Grey, Welsh Oak, who's won 17 races but never won here at Cheltenham, ridden by Brendan Powell. 7 is Caddy, ridden by Martin Lynch. 8 is Gala's Image, ridden by John Short. 9 is Polar Glen, now ridden by Chris Maude, you'll note, not Anthony Torrey. Winners here of 91 races between them. Here's how they bet.
Well, I think Bigson was expected to be favoured, and favoured it is. 7-4 and firming. It opened at 2-1. Master Bob is 7-2. Seagram 6-1. Ace of Spies 8-1. On 12-1, there are 3 of them: Glenside Jerry, Welsh Oak, and Caddy. 14-1, Gala's Image, and Peter Glen, or Polar Glen rather, 16-1, the outsider.
Keith Brown asking him to walk in, and that's it. They're away. 21 fences to be jumped this time. They come to the first. Bigson in the centre of the fence. Caddy right up, and then Caddy lands just in the lead from Bigson and Welsh Oak. Seagram's tucked in over on the far side as they come down towards the second. And Caddy leads from Bigson and Welsh Oak, and then Polar Glen. Seagram over on the far side, then Gala's Image behind them, Welsh Oak, Glenside Jerry, and Ace of Spies among the back markers at the moment as they come down towards the third. And Caddy the leader from Bigson and Welsh Oak, and then Polar Glen and Seagram on the far side. Behind them, Glenside Jerry and Ace of Spies, and Gala's Image and Master Bob. Caddy lands in the lead from Bigson and Welsh Oak. Polar Glen and Seagram on the far side, Ace of Spies on the near side, then Gala's Image, Glenside Jerry, and Master Bob. Number 4 now of the 21. Caddy from Bigson. Seagram's moved up on the inside of Welsh Oak. Behind them come Gala's Image. Behind Gala's Image is Polar Glen, and then Ace of Spies, Glenside Jerry, and Master Bob. And Caddy the leader as they come down to the fifth. The water will be the one after this. Caddy from Bigson. Welsh Oak on the far side with Polar Glen. Seagram on the inner between horses is Gala's Image, then Glenside Jerry, Ace of Spies, and Master Bob. The water now. Caddy from Bigson at the water. Now racing to the first of the ditches. Bigson, Caddy, Welsh Oak on the far side. Seagram on the inner. Number 8 is another plain one. Caddy and Bigson from Welsh Oak on the far side. Polar Glen and Seagram. Master Bob has made progress. Glenside made a little bit of a mistake there, and Bigson jumped to the front, but is once again joined by Caddy on his inner. Then comes Seagram, second of the ditches. Caddy, Bigson, Seagram, Polar Glen and Welsh Oak, Master Bob, Gala's Image, Ace of Spies, and Glenside Jerry as they race downhill now. Caddy the leader from Bigson and Seagram, then Polar Glen and Welsh Oak. Behind them, Master Bob, then Ace of Spies, Gala's Image, and Glenside Jerry. Number 10 they're coming to now. Caddy the leader from Bigson and Welsh Oak. Master Bob moving up all the time over on the far side. Slight mistake there by Ace of Spies. Seagram also lost ground at that fence. Bigson and Welsh Oak at the 11th from Caddy, right up there on the inside. Master Bob on the outer. Behind them, Polar Glen, and Bigson nearly went at that one. Bigson made a bad mistake at that one. And Caddy goes on from Welsh Oak. Then Master Bob. Then Polar Glen and Seagram, who's improved again on the far rail. Bigson having forfeited ground there. Glenside Jerry is still the back marker. This is the fence that'll be the last next time, number 12. Welsh Oak and Caddy and Master Bob together from Polar Glen, and Bigson back on the bridle, and Seagram on the far side. Ace of Spies, then Gala's Image, and finally Glenside Jerry. They're still closely grouped in this Flowers Original Handicap chase worth nearly 7,000 to the winner as they come to the 13th. Caddy landed in the lead from Welsh Oak and Master Bob. Behind them, Seagram, Polar Glen. Glenside Jerry's improved a little bit, but he's still got plenty to do. Running down to the 14th, Caddy on the inside of Welsh Oak, Master Bob on the outer. Caddy, Welsh Oak, Bigson, Master Bob, Seagram as they come down to the water. Welsh Oak and Caddy. Seagram right up there. Master Bob on the outer. Bigson getting right back into it as they come to the third of the ditches. Caddy at that one. The leader from Welsh Oak on the far side. Seagram between horses. Master Bob right there. Bigson also. Gala's Image is getting closer. Polar Glen comes next. Swinging left-handed and making their way now towards the final ditch, and it's the Grand National winner Seagram on the outside of Caddy. 4 from home with Master Bob in third and Bigson 4. 5 and 6 of the two greys, Welsh Oak and Polar Glen. Then Ace of Spies racing to the top of the hill. Caddy from Seagram, Master Bob, Bigson. Ace of Spies getting closer all the time. Welsh Oak has lost a bit of ground. Gala's Image trying to get into it. Polar Glen has lost ground too, and Glenside Jerry is the back marker, and they're running down now to the third last. Master Bob coming there strongly with Ace of Spies on the far side. Seagram and Caddy on the inner, being chased by Bigson at the third last. Closely grouped, Master Bob, Ace of Spies, Seagram. Bigson just in behind them. Behind Bigson, Welsh Oak. And now Master Bob, this 3-time course winner, has suddenly opened up a commanding advantage as they race to the second last. Master Bob is the leader, bidding for a 4th course triumph. Behind him is Ace of Spies. Then comes Bigson getting back into the picture on the inner. It's Master Bob, though, from Ace of Spies, and Bigson under pressure, and then Welsh Oak. They're racing into the home straight now with 1 fence to jump, and Ace of Spies has taken it up now. Ace of Spies on the near side from Master Bob on the far side. Ace of Spies is going to jump this too clear. Ace of Spies lands too clear of Master Bob on the far side. Then comes Bigson and Welsh Oak. Ace of Spies is striding away now from Master Bob, and Ace of Spies is going to win the Flowers Original Handicap chase, and at the line, Ace of Spies is the winner. Master Bob is second. It's going to be close for third, with Bigson just third ahead of Welsh Oak. 4, 5 Gala's Image. 6 and 7 was Seagram and Caddy, and behind them came Glenside Jerry and Polar Glen. And so the result of the Flowers Original Handicap chase: first, number 5, Ace of Spies, owned by Sporting Circle Racing, trained by Mrs. Jill Jones and ridden by Adrian Maguire. Second was number 2, Master Bob, owned by Mr. Ian Wills, trained by Nicky Henderson and ridden by John Kavanagh. And third was number 3, Bigson, owned by Mr. John F. Horn, trained by David Nicholson and ridden by Richard Dunwoody. Fourth was number 6, Welsh Oak.
5, Ace of Spies, 8-1. Second, number 2, Master Bob, 7-2. And there's a photo between number 3, Bigson, and number 6, Welsh Oak.